Giants are in town at Shea Stadium in New York on Friday evening to face off with the New York Mets. Kelly Downs, the starter for San Francisco in the first inning, throws a wild pitch. Vince Coleman scores 1-0 Mets after one. David Cone, the starter for New York, looking to the heavens, but he doesn't have to do that. He was on the mound in the fifth inning with a perfect game going. 2 away and now 3 away. He strikes out Steve Decker. David Cone with a perfect game through 5. And in the bottom of the fifth, the Mets leading 1-0. Vince Coleman on third base. Kelly Downs, the starter for San Francisco, sees Coleman trying to steal home. Steve Decker supplies the tag. Coleman's out. It remains 1-0 Mets through 5. With 2 away and the cleanup hitter at the plate, Coleman decides to take it upon himself to steal, and he's out. We go to the bottom of the sixth. The Mets are leading 1-0. And Kelly Downs to Rick Cerrone, a blooper. Here comes Kevin Bass. He doesn't get it. Drops in front of him, and all the way around is Hubie Brooks to score on the play. And it's a 2-0 Mets lead. He's followed in the order Cerrone is by Kevin Elster. He lines a double into the right center field gap. Rick Cerrone scores on the play, so that made it 3-0 Mets through 6. That's the score in the 8th. And that's the score in the 9th as John Franco comes in to pitch the 9th inning to earn his 6th save of the year. Steve Decker grounds out with 2 outs to end it, shortstop to first base. The Mets win it 3-0. David Cone, the winner, he's 3-1. Kelly Downs, the loser, he's 1-1.
Sparky Anderson and the Tigers hosting the Texas Rangers in Friday night action. We pick it up in the top of the second inning. No score in the game at this time. Here Mike Stanley facing Frank Tanana, and Stanley belts a solo home run to left center field, his first home run of the year, and the Rangers led 1-0. The Tigers took a 2-1 lead, but the Rangers would explode for 5 runs in the top of the third inning. Here, Rafael Palmeiro at the plate, and he would start it off. Here he crushes a solo home run to right field, his 3rd home run of the season, and this tied the score 2-2. Then later in the top of the third inning, after the Rangers took a 3-2 lead, Steve Buechele would come up to the plate, and he will line a single to left field, scoring Juan Gonzalez from second base. There'll be a close play at home on this single. This is RBI number 4 for Buechele. And you'll see the throw from Tony Phillips coming home. It's wide left. Juan Gonzalez is safe, and this made the score 4-2 Texas. Then later in the top of the third inning, Mario Diaz lines a single to right field, scoring Mike Stanley and Steve Buechele, and this gave the Rangers a 6-2 lead. Moving on to the bottom of the fourth inning, the Tigers will miraculously come back to win this game. Here, Tony Phillips at the plate. He will bloop a single to right center field, scoring Travis Fryman from second base. RBI number 13 for Phillips. This made the score 6-3 Texas. The Tigers picked up 1 more run in the bottom of the fourth inning and trailed 6-4. The score remained 6-4 until the bottom of the 9th inning, and Rob Deere would tie this game in dramatic fashion. Here he belts a 2-out, 2-run home run to left field, his 6th home run of the year. It tied the score 6-6. RBIs number 14 and 15 for Deere, and we went into extra innings. Then in the bottom of the 11th inning, 1 out, men on first and third, Mickey Tettleton at the plate. He lines a single to left field, scoring Alan Trammell from third with the winning run. The Tigers beat the Rangers 7-6 in 11 innings.
Comiskey Park in Chicago, Roger Clemens takes the mound for the Boston Red Sox as they face the White Sox. And in the bottom of the first inning, Frank Thomas, with a solid base on balls, breaks the Roger Clemens 30 scoreless inning streak as Tim Raines comes in to score. Clemens walks Thomas with the bases loaded, making it 1-0 White Sox. It was 2-0 in the top of the second inning when Tom Brunansky hit a 2-run shot to left field. Mike Greenwell comes in to score on this play. For Brunansky, that's 4 home runs and 13 RBIs for the season, and the game was tied up at 2. Then in the top of the third inning, Jody Reed will hit a single to right field. This scores Luis Rivera and makes the score 3-2 Boston. The Red Sox were in front to stay. In the top of the fourth, this single by Ellis Burks made it 5-2 Boston as Wade Boggs comes in to score. Roger Clemens allowed 5 hits for a complete game victory. He had 7 strikeouts. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, he strikes out Carlton Fisk on a pitch in the dirt. Things turned ugly in the 6th inning when a violent game of rock, paper, scissors broke out in the stands. Now we move on to the top of the 9th inning with the score 6-2 Red Sox. Wade Boggs comes up, and Boggs will single to left field. This will score Tom Brunansky and make the score 7-2 Red Sox, and that turned out to be the final score. Here to end the game, you'll see Dan Pascal flying out to center, and Clemens comes away with the complete game victory. He's 5-0. The loser, McDowell, is 4-2. Leading the chorus who sang the national anthem. In the top of the first inning, Eddie Murray hits his third home run of the season, a 2-run shot to right field with Darryl Strawberry on base. That gave the Dodgers a 2-0 lead. Then in the top of the second inning, Ramon Martinez will fake a bunt and then slap a single through short. This scores Lenny Harris, making the score 3-0. A nice fake by Ramon Martinez. Still in the top of the second inning, Brett Butler comes up, and he'll hit a ground ball down the third baseline. This will be a double that scores Alfredo Griffin, making it 4-0. It was 5-0 when Danny Cox came out after an inning in the third, allowing 5 runs on 7 hits. There in the top of the third, you just saw Ramon Martinez with his second RBI base hit of the game. That time he scores Mike Scioscia, making it 6-0. They made it 7-0 on a Wally Backman error, but Backman redeemed himself with this nice play to end the top of the third inning on the ground ball hit by Juan Samuel. Then in the bottom of the fifth inning, take a look at Tommy Lasorda drinking from a Phillies cup. You see he's got the emblem taped out so he doesn't have to admit that he's drinking from their cup. Here in the bottom of the fifth inning, this John Morris chopper scores Charlie Hayes, making it 7-1 LA. That was about the only trouble Ramon Martinez was having. Here he strikes out Dale Murphy in the sixth. 7-1 turned out to be the final score in this game. As Martinez went all the way for a 4-hitter, he allowed 1 run while striking out 4 batters. Here in the bottom of the ninth, he gets Charlie Hayes to ground into a 6-4-3 double play to end the game. Martinez is now 4-1. The losing pitcher, Danny Cox, is 0-1.
Art Howe and the Houston Astros in Pittsburgh on Friday night to take on the Pirates in a game that would last only an hour and 45 minutes. Here in the bottom of the third inning, the only run in this game. This is Orlando Merced hitting a home run, a solo shot to right field, his first Major League home run, and this made the score Pittsburgh 1-0. We'll now take a look at the Astros dugout, and we see Eric Yelding enjoying himself on the bench. But this game would be a heartbreaker for the Astros. They'd blow a great performance by starting pitcher Pete Harnisch. Moving out of the top of the fifth inning, a great play by Jeff King, the third baseman for the Pirates. Here with Zane Smith on the mound, pitching to Jeff Bagwell of Houston. Jeff King barehands the ball. He has no play at first, but he gets Ken Caminiti rounding third base too far for the out. Moving now to the bottom of the sixth inning, this is Pete Harnisch of Houston. Here he strikes out Orlando Merced. Harnisch went 8 innings, allowing only 2 hits, 1 run, and striking out 3 batters, but he would be the loser in this game. We move now to the top of the 8th inning, the winner of the pitcher's duel, Zane Smith. Here he gets Rafael Ramirez to ground out. Zane Smith would get his 9th career shutout in this game. He went 9 innings, allowing no runs, 4 hits, and he would strike out 4 batters. Here in the top of the 9th inning, he strikes out Carl Nichols. The Pirates win 1-0. Zane Smith's the winner. He's 3-1. Pete Harnisch takes the loss. He's 1-1.
Brewers hosting the Minnesota Twins. Starter Jack Morris to Robin Yount in the first inning. Great play. Mike Pagliarulo gets him at first. On the play, though, Paul Molitor scores from third base. 1-0 Brewers after 1. But the Twins put a 5 spot in the second inning against starting pitcher Jaime Navarro. This is Brian Harper at the plate. He hits a 2-run home run, his 3rd home of the year. Twins lead it 2-1 at that point. In the same second inning, Dan Gladden at the plate against Navarro, and he singles to right field. This RBI scores Mike Pagliarulo on the ground ball, and it's 3-1 Twins. That's followed by Chuck Knobloch with a single to right field, plating Al Newman. 4-1 Twins, and they made it one more, 5-1 Twins after 1.5. Bottom 5, Jim Gantner batting. Brewers now trail against Jack Morris 5-3. Gantner singles to right field to make it a 5-4 ball game. Brewers trail as Paul Molitor scores. It's 5-4, Brewers trailing all the way to the 8th inning when Dante Bichette becomes the hero. This Milwaukee outfielder hits a triple to right center field that plates 2, Greg Vaughn and Franklin Stubbs, and it's a 6-5 Brewer lead. They hold on for that score as a victory. Edwin Nunez gets the final out. Chuck Knobloch flies out to Dante Bichette in right field to end it. Jaime Navarro 2-0, Rick Aguilera 0-2, Nunez 3rd save. Brewers win